before the flood, before Noah. There is a book so powerful, so controversial, that it was removed from the Bible. A book that speaks of fallen angels, forbidden knowledge, and secrets of heaven never meant for mankind. Written more than 2,000 years ago, it was known to early Christians. It was quoted in the New Testament, and yet today it is missing from the Bible. Why? According to the text, he was taken into heaven while still alive. There, he was shown visions of the universe, the fate of angels, and the final judgment of humanity. He was not a prophet like Moses. The Bible says something terrifying. He walked with God and was taken. No death, and then he was no more. According to ancient tradition, he was taken to see what humans were never meant to know. 200 angels were sent to earth. They were called Watchers. Their mission was simple: observe humanity. Do not interfere. But they looked upon humans, and desire replaced obedience. That moment, changed history forever. The Watchers did more than fall. They told humanity's secrets never meant to be revealed. Weapons of war, enchantments and sorcery, astrology and signs in the heavens. Knowledge arrived faster than wisdom, and the world began to corrupt itself. From angels and humans came something unnatural. The Nephilim, giants of immense strength and hunger. They consumed the earth's resources, and eventually, mankind itself. Violence filled the world, and heaven could no longer remain silent. God did not destroy the world immediately. Judgment came first. Not for the angels. The Watchers were bound beneath the earth, stripped of their power, forced to witness the destruction their actions caused. Their sentence was not death, but imprisonment until the final judgment. The flood was not random. It was a reset, a cleansing of the world that had crossed a line. Enoch's writings warn us: knowledge without wisdom leads only to destruction. This is why the Book of Enoch was hidden, not because it was false, but because it revealed too much. If ancient knowledge survived once, it can survive again. Remember what was forgotten. They were not myths. Ancient texts described them as real flesh and blood, and completely uncontrollable. They were called the Nephilim. The word Nephilim comes from an ancient root, meaning the fallen ones. Not fallen humans, but offspring of fallen angels. When the Watchers took human wives, something new entered the world. Not human, not divine. Ancient accounts describe them as enormous, stronger than any man, faster, and endlessly hungry. At first, humans feared them. Then, they fed them, and when food ran out, the giants turned on mankind. According to Enoch, heaven intervened directly. The giants were not imprisoned like the angels. They were erased. But destruction did not end their influence. Enoch claims the spirits of the Nephilim remained as wandering entities. This is where ancient demonology begins. The story of the Nephilim is not about giants. It is about boundaries and what happens when they are crossed. The Book of Enoch warns, the Watchers' judgment is not finished. They were not destroyed. They were not forgiven. They were bound. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers remain imprisoned beneath the earth, dawn awaiting a judgment that has not yet happened. 200 angels sent to observe humanity, but they chose rebellion, and their punishment was not death, but confinement. The Archangel Raphael was commanded to bind Azazel. Chains were not symbolic. They were described as real restraints placed in a place of darkness. Enoch describes a place without light, a prison beneath the earth, a holding place until the day of judgment. If the giants were erased, why were the angels spared immediate destruction? Because their judgment was reserved for something greater. Enoch describes a future throne. Fire. Books open. And the Watchers brought forth. Many scholars note similarities. Chains. Abyss. Final release. Final judgment. The Watcher's story is not about ancient angels. It is about accountability. Power without obedience does not escape consequence. But Enoch also speaks of something else. A figure called the Son of Man. A pre-existent judge who appears before the final day. And that story changes everything.